Only afterward did the Ace of Knives realize why she was able to score her skin with a once blunt object. She cannot quite control her magic yet, but when the emotions are there, when she is laid bare and the time is right, magic happens. Banging from the next shower stall, voices from outside. Was her timing here nearly up? She chooses a spot now along the edge of her chin. The red of her blood washes away in the shower stream, swirling down the drain. This is her answer to the magic's demands for now. When you're young, live the life full of pain, it's easy to think you can go all the while alone. Better alone than in bad company, right? But then you get older and you realize you can't really do it all alone. Not only that, you get sick of the isolation. You figure there has to be a better way. The man responsible for putting the Ace of Knives in the hospital probably thinks this. It is probably why he tried to help. But the Ace of Knives does not consider what he did to be help at all. More like the act of an over-the-hill busybody. Someone messing with her life, adding to her pain, interfering. Besides, her magic was still crying out for blood. It might as well be his. The Ace of Knives likes to cut flowers, if not fresh, out of slivers of wood. A flower each left on her parents' graves. A flower for anyone else's grave she feels drawn to. Through rain or shine, fog or clear, she's only comfortable there, outside. She feels safer under the gaze of the stars, a hard wooden green park bench beneath her. Despite having an apartment, she still feels safer outside, even now. Her parents were murdered, inside. Run for your life, through a window onto hard asphalt. Never mind the pain. Run, run. Blend in outside where they can't find you. Outside, she stayed until the police brought her to the terrifying confines of the inside. Kicking and screaming. Harsh hands, pale faces, grimacing to hold on to her. Her fear, the murderers will get me, they'll find me. The fresh, painful memories, like a wound. The insistent banging on their apartment's white door, the elevated voices, the breaking bead curtain, her mother's screams, the blood. Hoping and praying they won't find her, hiding. The scuffle, the cut, the fleeing. Here, she knows the names of virtually every person without a home in her area, some of them well. She'd sit on the pavement or sleep in College Park, watching the night above, soothed by the rush and spray of the waterfalls. She'd only go home to wash up, then go back outside to be free again. But she knew something wasn't right inside her. She'd heard horror stories from her parents, witnessed their passing, and everyone who lived outside agreed. We didn't trust those who controlled everything on the inside, with their ways to maim, control, and hurt. At least you knew what you were getting living outside. Life was hard, life was unfair, but you got harder. If only the Ace of Knives could become so. After her parents, after her family, after everything, she was more like beaten and abused fruit. Maybe now, with this magic to aid her, she had a chance, could become hard as a knife, and as sharp. The Ace of Knives is home, shaving her head in her seldom-used, overheated apartment. It had been short before, but she felt it was time for a change. Others had been leaving their mark upon her life, right? Well, this man was the last one. Others did what they pleased. Why shouldn't she? Perhaps she should have been striking back sooner. What the hell is he at? She asked Sir Magic, wiping away beads of sweat. The Ace of Knives eyes a map of the city pinned to a wall. She throws a sharpened blade. Her magic guides it, and the point slices deep into the wall, showing her his location. She has found the person she needs to kill. She grabs her shoes, shoving them on and lacing them up too tightly. This nosy older gentleman will get a taste of comeuppance. He's not the one that has to go to the hospital. He's not the one that has to endure notions of superiority, mocking laughter, physical abuse by officers who enjoy being more rough than they have to be. He's not the one who has to deal with hospital staff who don't care, misdiagnosing you, locking you up, drugging you, suggesting solutions to problems you don't have, while not helping with the pain you do. Well, vengeance is what happens when persons with misguided notions set things in motion, then put what they started out of mind. She fingers her nose ring. Plus, you see this fate by invoking the memory of her parents as some sort of pretense. The Ace of Knives storms out the door. The Ace of Knives is going to kill him. She is certain of this. She is in the hallway before his door. Unpainted, varnished wood, a brass knocker. Nothing else besides the obligatory people. Ringed fingers, rings that her parents wore, with a knife. Your interference ends here, she vows. Memories of humiliation flood the Ace of Knives' mind, of being isolated, people not wanting, not caring to understand her. A stroke of the finger. The surface of the knife is rough, filings clump to her skin. Memories of cops slamming her against the wall, laughing at her discomfort, of curls of the lip and the holding up of noses. A stroke of her finger. The surface of the knife becomes smooth. Memories come of her parents' faces, of their warnings, of her being beaten by subsequent guardians, of doctors who blame instead of help. Her enchanted finger strokes the surface of the knife again. It becomes finer, razor sharp. Her hand bangs on the door. No one answers the Ace of Knives. Where is he? She hisses under her breath. A trilling from the surface of the knife on her fingertip. Is he inside? She asks it. It warms to her touch. She inserts it into the lock. Open the door. The knife moves quickly, surely. The lock clicks. A well-placed punch, and the door flies open, slamming against the inner wall, rattling on its hinges. And he is there. Thank you.
Thank you, Tonya. That was the Ace of Knives. So next is music by someone that regulars of the round know and love. It's Gary Marin.